welcome back to the Average White Guys. My name's Alex Haynes. I'm one of the owners of A Squared. And guess what? We have a brand new location to help you turn those likes into dollar bills. And I am so excited about it. So excited that I get to introduce one of the best people I know who looks swole in his shirt today. So swole. I've actually made 3 comments about it. And his wife is starting to text me saying, stop it, because she's now worried. That's right. The one, the only, the Justin Scouten of LOW. Say hi, Justin.
Hello, everybody. This is Justin with LOW Properties, Community Real Estate Services. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a good workout tonight.
It was a good work.
I'm going for the workout tonight.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yeah, you look great. And
Thank
so
you.
our audience, if you're listening to this on a podcast,
Go to the YouTube.
Go to the YouTube.
Yeah,
See
right.
what Justin looks like. You know, his wife can also send you hate mail.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. We have a great relationship with both of them. We love them so much. We like to joke around. It looks good though. Anyway, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, I'm only playing off what you just said.
Okay.
I don't want to sound arrogant here, right?
Okay.
So we're talking about looking good.
Looking good, baby.
We're talking about first impressions.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's talk about first impressions.
So does a first impression change your perspective of somebody?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's so shallow, but so true. And I wish it didn't. And I wish the inner soul of a person would shine through and we could see how beautiful everyone is inside and out. But if you're not careful, you could give someone the wrong impression of you because you didn't try. Let's be honest.
You're saying the beautiful soul, but there's sometimes it'd be nice to see how evil they are too.
Yeah,
just...
well, you know. Then I would never get any work.
Oh, okay. You did say you did want to rule the world, so so maybe we shouldn't.
I want to rule the world to help fix all the problems.
Oh, okay. You've never prefaced that.
Well, you know, we all have different things we would fix,
yeah.
and I would fix them all with an iron fist and rule the world for the good of mankind and my desires.
So when we're talking about first impressions, there's a lot of different first impressions. There's you are either meeting a client if you're in sales.
Sure.
You are sometimes just meeting a friend.
Yeah.
A date.
Yeah.
Maybe the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah. You're not making this personal at all, Justin. No. Continue on.
Okay. And sometimes it's not even just your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's your clothing.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's your vehicle that you're driving.
Yeah.
And I say this a lot of times more in construction, but if you're in sales, I've actually gotten into some vendors' vehicles because they're like, hey, let me take you to lunch.
Yeah. And
you look into the back and you're kind of like, I'm just definitely not sitting in the back seat.
Ever.
Yes.
Is that a small animal that's digging through your trash pile back there?
Yes. So, there are those small things as well that you need to pay attention to. And so that's what this episode is about.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reality is we both own a business, but outside of that, like first impressions matter everywhere in life. And like I said, I wish it didn't to some degree, because wouldn't it be nice for people to see the real you and just judge you for you? In some of our cases, thank God they don't know the thoughts that are in our heads, because some of us would go immediately to jail. And like I said, it is shallow, but we treat people who dress better, and seem nicer with a bigger smile, who are taller, who look successful or prettier, or whatever the case may be. We treat them better. Like we have a whole economy and society built around treating pretty people better, called Hollywood.
Yeah.
Right. We almost celebrate and worship them. We have people who will live and die by what they say, whether they're educated or not. And sometimes they say some really dumb stuff, but because they're prettier or have more money or they dress a certain way, we will literally worship them and do whatever they say.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this last time too with the influencers.
Yeah.
It just goes to show most influencers are those that maybe look a little prettier or a little more handsome.
Yeah.
Right?
Or funny or whatever. And someone was saying, there's another topic we were thinking about talking about. It's like, what does a man have to be? And a man either has to be funny, smart, rich, or strong. If you're not one of those 4 things, you're worthless, because you either fall into that category or what are you? Like that's the issue. Like there's kind of that unwritten rule of this is what you have to be. And I guess you could be a pretty one, but then you're usually dumb. So you're one of the few. You're pretty and smart.
All right. Thank you. But we see this a lot because we talk about the B&I group that we're in.
Yeah.
And we get new members that come in all the time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times you are like, you're judging them the minute they walk in the door.
Yeah.
Are they going into a corner and just standing?
Yeah.
Are they being interactive?
Hmm.
What do they even look like? I
Sure.
mean, nobody wants to say that you judge somebody, but everybody is judging somebody at every point.
100%.
You're judging us on this podcast.
Probably why
Uh,
you haven't hit the subscribe button
re-
yet. You should stop and hit the subscribe
That's
button.
it.
Don't stop listening to us. Just hit
Yes.
the subscribe button.
And so whether we like it or not, or whether you think it's vain or not, or whatever maybe the right word is for
Yeah.
that, everybody judges somebody and then you continue to do it. But
Yeah.
what you need to do is start those conversations, I think, with people
Hmm.
to make sure that you are getting to the root of who they are.
So, and we want to bring this up because like we do, and we want to talk about how do we do that. Well, you can look, you can choose to get up in the morning and dress a way to present success. You can get up in the morning and dress in a way that you just don't care. Some people can pull that off, some people can't. But if you want to get up in the morning, wear dirty sweatpants with stains all over it, wear a shirt that doesn't fit, not do your hair, and just roll out of the house looking like a slob, would that be the correct
Yeah.
word? Let's slothful or slob, or you just aren't looking your best. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you just need to get out of the house. That's good for you. But
Sometimes that's a Home Depot weekend work
yeah,
project though
yeah.
too. So we can't judge
If
all the
you
time
have
that way, but
one bunny slipper on one foot and a tennis shoe on the other one, we probably know that you're a parent and you've gotten no sleep yet.
there's that too.
So you may look a certain way just because of what's happening. But when someone you know catches you, are you going to feel embarrassed? Like if you met someone new for the first time, how are you going to feel when they see that and they go, what is going on with this person? Are they okay in the head?
Yeah.
Right. For contractors, like, let's be honest, if you hired someone, you're going to spend 200, 300, $500,000, $1 million with somebody, like with a contractor.
Mhm.
That's very typical when you're
Yeah.
building a house. If they show up in shorts, like booty shorts and a tank with their midriff showing and wearing sandals, and they got like blonde tips in their hair and, show up in like this little Mini Cooper, we're all going, where's the construction guy? I'm not
Well,
saying you don't do construction. That's not my first impression of you.
I don't know. Could be a Jimmy Buffett type of thing
Could
down
be
in
doing, yeah,
Mexico. And
yeah, yeah.
there's
Depends on where you live.
locations,
The
right? Yes.
location's key, right?
Hawaii,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're in Florida, maybe that makes sense. But if you're in Nebraska, probably not.
Yeah. But I think it's also you bring up the shorts, the torn shorts,
Oh
things like
yeah,
that, the beard. And
yeah.
who's the person I always talk about on this show?
Alex and
Alex
Mercy.
Ramosi, yes. And if you look at him, he actually even talked about it in one of his podcasts where he lives in an HOA in Nevada
Mhm.
and he had people, the management company,
Did they
come to
call the
him.
cops on him or something?
I think maybe they did
Because they thought he
because
was breaking in.
yes, because he does not fit in. He wears a hat. He's got a big old beard,
Uh-huh.
hair that's overflowing,
Yeah.
and he
Wears like gym shorts
yep,
or gym
I think
clothing.
flip flops as well
And flip
sometimes
flops.
or
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, so you would not see him and go, that guy is worth $250 million,
Yeah.
right? So those are but
And
he's at the point
yeah.
where he's kind of saying "f you."
Right. I don't care. I can do whatever I want.
Yes,
And there's this weird something we talked about, like off camera, we were talking about what does success look like? Well, those who don't have it try to project it. We try to get the nicer watches. We try to project some type of success and how we look, what we drive. We want to show it off. And those who've actually achieved that next level of success, almost all of them don't care and they don't play that game. They'll
yeah.
still have nice stuff, they'll have a nice car, but they do it effortlessly. And usually they'll dress like a normal, they'll wear whatever feels comfortable because comfort matters more than their parents. And you're like, you either work with me because I'm the best or not.
Yeah. But have
If
you seen
Alex Hermosi showed up in sweatpants and a t-shirt, I'm going to go shut up and take my money. You do millions
build
and
what
millions
you
of,
can with it? Yes,
build me money making machines because
yes.
that's what he does.
But did you ever see the show Suits?
Yeah.
But that's Harvey Specter is one of the main characters in there.
Yeah.
And he is about dressing for success.
Yep.
But he's also dealing with clients who have billions of dollars. He is down to how his watch is,
Yeah.
how the suit is. He even sends his new lackey, I forget his name, the one that has the identical
The
memory.
Yes.
Yes.
You remember everything he looks at.
He sends him to his tailor.
Yeah.
And the minute he walks in there, he's going, I can't even afford this in a year's worth of my salary on
Right.
one suit that you're buying, right?
Right.
But Harvey knows that if I'm dealing with $1 billion clients,
Yeah.
this is what they expect. So I think
100%.
first impressions can make a difference depending on what level you're at or who you're trying to impress.
And that's really true. I think I told you this story because for a while I dressed very differently than I dress now. There was a time where I literally showed up in hoodies and jeans, and that was on purpose. So when we first started our business, I wore suit and tie, and we lost work because no one thought they could afford us. Everyone, because we worked with a lot of small business, like, we can't afford you. Like, I dressed too nice. I was showing up presentable because I was taught dress for success, and no one would buy from us. We were having difficulties because everyone said, well, I can't afford you. I see what you do, and I see how you dress, and there's no way we can afford you. I was like, have you tried talking to us?
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, yeah, but you obviously charge this much. I'm like, no, we charge this. Man, I wish I knew, and I just hired someone else. I'm like, God. And so we started losing work. And so when we shifted, so two things happened. I got really sick, and so I had to like change for comfort, but I also needed to chase after business. And so I purposely started dressing down, and we started selling something different that was purposely considered cheaper to get into, which was social media.
Mm.
And I started making a lot more money. People started buying from us because like, oh, you're approachable. You're not going to be too expensive. I looked like they could afford me. And then we blew up, and then I started changing my looks. I lost a bunch of weight. I got healthy. I started dressing up. I think I dress up now better, right? I mean, you can tell me.
To a point, your clientele changed
Oh,
too,
100%.
right? I mean,
oh, yeah.
So again, it goes with that. What level are you trying to get at one point is where you needed to look at your appearance.
So I'll be honest. I bought an Apple Watch because a client made a comment about me not having a watch, and two, what watch I should get because they wanted me to look a certain way when I went to their stuff and helped them out for their clients.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to get this because this will look better. This is why I have it. And you should really consider that. Like, got a fitted shirt for another one. Like, I got a fitted suit jacket for something else. I looked good. Like, and we started making more money.
Yeah.
My clientele also changed. And so I went from, we still love small businesses, but we started shifting to medium-sized businesses, a lot more money. I'm in board meetings now. Like, I'm showing up and meeting with CEOs, like, of large companies who all dress professionally.
You don't want to show up in jeans and a sweatshirt when you're doing that.
Yeah, I can still pull off the jeans because I wear dark jeans. Like, that's still kind of part of our look. I don't do the full suit and booted yet because we're still marketing. We still need to be approachable. But there's going to be a time where I will have to be suited and booted for some of our bigger clients, with the shoe and the car and the watch and the dog and pony show. Because if I show up in my, let's be honest, I have a wonderful Honda. It's had a lot of love. It's driven me tens of hundreds of thousands of miles now. If I showed up in that to $1 million meeting, I'm not getting the job unless I do an amazing tap dance, and the $1 million is worth like 2 or 3 million to the company. Then I get the job.
But so it's one of those though. You just don't want to park in the front spot.
Yeah, I am walking half a mile, and then I'm going to be sweating. I'm definitely not using it to show off success. My car, love the car.
Gotcha.
It's not going to win me any prizes. But if I showed up in a nicer car, not even a high-end car, but a nice, fresh-looking car,
it makes a difference.
It makes a difference. Or if I had your son-in-law like clean the interior and the exterior, because he does like some car services, right?
Oh yeah,
classic style. He does interior, exterior. He does window tinting. But if I had him detail my car inside and out, it's going to look brand new, right? Well, as brand new as it can, being as old as it is. But if I show up in something dirty, well, even if it's a new car and it looks dirty, it still looks dirty. There's a difference there. Unless I have a good excuse of why I'm covered in dirt, you would not believe the traffic, right? It's going to make a
rough road.
A very rough road.
But so here's, I'm doing a comparison here.
Sure.
But I'm off by about $2.5 million.
Sure. Go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. No, $250 million. $250 million is where I'm off on comparison here.
Sure. Yeah.
So you mentioned if you are on listening to this in YouTube, the outfit that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So about 5 or 6, probably about 7, 8 years ago, I was always in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Love a suit and tie. When I put on a suit and tie, man, there is a difference. I feel powerful.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh man, I'm going to go and knock this presentation out. I'm going to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, about 7, 8 years ago, one of my clients, and they're actually in a nice area here in Benicia, right on the waterfront. Mm-hmm. And we come to this board meeting and they're like, we're not starting this board meeting until you take off your tie. We're not that kind of association.
Yeah.
And so they said, no, seriously, take off your tie. So I took off my tie and unbuttoned the first one. And relaxed a
Only
little
one
bit.
button? One button, two
Just one,
buttons?
just one. I didn't want to
You're
get
gonna be
too
sad.
sexy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
You know what people like giving you little love notes in the middle
That's
of the
it,
meeting,
right?
right? No, you don't want your wife sending them cease and desist letters.
Yeah.
Okay, go
So
on.
there was that aspect of it. And then I stopped wearing the tie so much to some of my other board meetings. And then it was interesting. I don't they're not lower class by any means of what I'm going on this, but
Sure.
a lot of them just like to see me more relaxed.
Yeah.
And so I stopped wearing the tie.
So
And so a lot of them started commenting on it. Oh, hey, I'm glad to see you're actually relaxing a little bit more in our board meetings.
yeah.
And so I didn't realize that it was coming across in a different way. I'm trying to look professional myself,
Mhm.
but they're kind of seeing it as, again, not stuffy.
Approachable.
Yes, there's
So
good answer. Thank you.
funny enough, do you know one of the reasons why I kept my long hair?
No.
Because everyone said I was way more approachable. They felt like they could approach me more.
Okay.
The long hair makes me seem way more relaxed and chill. Because when I had shorter hair, because I'm such an A at times, action,
Yeah, let's
or a
define what
ho,
your A is.
depending on who
yes.
you've dealt with and how you caught me,
Yes,
you
all
will
right.
have a very specific
You're either
opinion about
action or
my
asshole, right?
Yeah, one of those two is
Okay.
probably right, and I apologize if it was one of them. So, but someone actually said, "Hey, with your longer hair, I like it's funny. I feel like you're way more approachable." It's like, really? They're like, it's. I know it's so weird, but you feel way more artistic and like approachable.
Mm.
I can talk to you about being versus like go,
Yeah.
even though that's who you are. I feel like it's go to help me.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's the all the smart people on the Silicon Valley. You're more Silicon Valley look, casual, high end artist now than high and tight military
Okay.
style.
Okay.
So
you're making fun of my hairstyle. Thank you.
no, you can pull it off.
Oh, okay.
You dress down, so I can still dress up and
Oh,
have
so
that
now you don't
casual
like
look.
my outfits.
I love your
Oh,
outfits. Your
I'm
wife
just-
will
I'm just
tell me
messing with
stop. He's like, stop talking about my husband, how sexy he is.
So where I was going with the 250 million compared to where my level is
Yeah,
at
sure.
is COVID hits.
Yeah.
And again, that's where I started really getting away from the ties, the most part, because nobody could go anywhere. It was Zoom meetings at the most part. And then from there, I was kind of like, well, it just wasn't feeling comfortable even in a button-up shirt. So I kind of started changing my appearance and that aspect of it. And then I finally got to the point where, like in Alex Hermosi,
Yeah.
I just feel more comfortable in this now. It's not as business attire, but if I'm even going to a job interview, this is who you're getting now.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable enough in this.
Oh, I think so there's something to be said about projecting confidence. And sometimes you need that suit to do that because you feel like the amount of money you spent versus just being comfortable and still projecting that confidence.
Yes.
Like I said, some people can go out in public wearing quite literally sweatpants and a hoodie and pull that off. It's not me. Definitely not me. But there are people who can pull that off and it's cool. That's who you are.
Well, we talked about it one of our B&I meetings. One time somebody showed up in shorts and sandals.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, I'm glad he felt comfortable and he still had a good positive attitude.
Oh, 100%.
But to me, as a professional business, showing up in flip-flops to a professional atmosphere doesn't seem that professional. But again, that was my first impression. Most people in there, they didn't see anything different.
Yeah.
So.
And now that I know the guy, totally like is who he is.
Yes.
Like totally chill down to earth, and that's just who you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I like the guy, and to your point though, like I would agree with you. That's not what I would call professional attire to a business meeting at 7:00 in the morning.
But then we have the
money.
Then we have the contractors in there who just wear a t-shirt, a hat, and nice jeans and shoes, and that's their profession. I expect
still not
them.
Sport shorts and sandals though. So that's where I think we drew the line as professionals. Like, hey, this is not how you would show up, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no. This is not how you show up to our clients, right?
Yes.
Please tell me you're not wearing it. Like,
right.
That's where we actually, you and I think, came from. It's like, well, is this how you present to us?
Yes.
Is this how you're going to present to our valuable clients?
Correct.
And how do I explain to them this guy's going to come up with he's got a great smile, but he's going to be shorts and sandals. And I swear to God, he actually works for a legitimate company.
He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. Trust me. Just trust me.
Yeah.
That's a much harder sell.
Yeah.
So.
And then while we're still, since we're talking about first impressions, we've talked about this in some of our other podcasts about never knowing what somebody's going through.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that's sometimes where you need to have that leeway of what the first impression is. We've talked about the outfits, we talked about the vehicles, but sometimes you have that first impression of somebody's just having a bad day.
Yeah.
They don't know that they're projecting those type of things. So that's where I think we in society, we need to give a little bit more leeway on the first impressions.
Yeah.
But I also think it's one of those, if you're doing the other things right in the sense of your confidence in what you're wearing, you are being still friendly,
Mhm.
that's where that little bit of leeway comes in.
So I'm going to say something slightly controversial, and I think I've told you this, or how I believe we are responsible for our own feelings.
Mm,
And you and I talked about this. You can have a bad day, and it can get away from you, and that is 100% your fault because we need to be masters of our own feelings, and we
mm.
need to. It's our job. It's our job to. And look, we've all had bad days. We've all lashed out. Trust me,
Bad
I've
months.
had yeah, bad months. I've definitely had to apologize to my staff a couple times when I just like, I'm so sorry. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at our my client for being dumb this month. Like they waited to very last minute and they're like, oh, by the way, can I get all this stuff tomorrow that it takes a month to do? Of course, because you pay us. That's gonna make my life miserable now.
Yeah.
I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at my client for putting us in this position. And now I'm frustrated. You hear my frustration and I've done a poor job at managing my emotions. That's on me,
Mhm.
right? It is our job to manage our emotions and not be controlled by it. And it's a difficult thing to do. And in my mind, this comes across as first impressions as well.
Yes.
If you can master your own emotions, I'm not saying stuff them down and never have them, but choose. I don't, I think, was it Gary Vee or somebody said, if you're going to be angry, do it on purpose.
Mm,
Use it as a tool. Get angry in a meeting on purpose to make a point. Yell to make a point. Don't let your emotions get control of you. Control your emotions to the point that you leverage them to do the thing you want it to do. Right? Because anger is a great, useful tool when directed. Right? Same with shouting or yelling. You can express yourself and get what you need to get done if you become a master of it versus it mastering you. It's a very difficult thing. I
yeah,
agree with you.
most cannot do
Grace,
it.
grace is we should give each
Yeah.
other more grace.
Yeah.
At the same time, I believe in personal responsibility. You should take it
Yeah.
and you should work on it because sometimes people think when we give them that grace, oh, it's okay. And it's not. You should be in control of that. That's just my controversial take on this.
And then we talk about first impressions on sales, right? We've been talking about
Yeah.
those type of things. And because we've talked about this when it comes to the bank, the
Yeah.
personalities,
Hmm.
blueprint, action. I hate the first impressions of like salesmen's for cars.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate one of those that they have that persona about them that they
Right.
are just trying to pull one over on you.
Yeah.
They're just trying to do their job.
Some of them.
Yeah. Well, they're
Some
still trying to do their
they're trying to do the
job.
job. How they approach that
Yes.
job. Some of
Yeah.
them are really good, some are bad. Um,
But that's another good thing of where a first impression comes across in different ways, though, as well.
yeah.
Because I just have it as I've been approached too many times with, I'm just going to try and sell this to you instead of what do you need?
Mhm.
And so we need to look at that as well when you're looking at those that are a little controversy.
True, true. I will put myself on the spot here. It's funny because you and Andrew have both said something about me in my first impression, and the word that was used
Okay.
weirdly by both of you was cotton candy.
Hmm.
Right? That was like you just seem like
Little
cotton candy, super
sickening sweet.
little sweet and airy. Right? Like he's just casual. He's a really friendly guy, but there's no substance. The worry was no substance because how could someone be this nice and get stuff done? And then you got to know me, and they're like, oh, he just that's who he is, and then he gets stuff done, and then don't see the other side of things because if that other side comes out, the angry I'm going to destroy you side,
Mm,
oh that's a we don't want to see that
yeah.
gremlin. Put that back in the box. um and that's I mean it's funny because my first impression always is usually I call it honey, but it is a cotton candy approach.
Yeah.
That's my specialty.
And I've had to watch myself in our BNI group as well because I go into those meetings and I'm like, this is a professional
Mhm.
atmosphere. And I'm coming into a business meeting. I treat our BNI meetings as though if I'm meeting a client because I need to sell myself to this person to
Mhm.
let them know who I am. That has backfired on me a lot because people just see me as almost too strict in those meetings. That's why I've been trying to project more humor in them sometimes, things like that. So again, what you're trying to project as that first impression can sometimes backfire on you, even when it has really good intentions.
And same for me. Like, to be honest, there are times when my overly candor, relaxed, happy makes it seem like I don't maybe know my stuff, or I'm too nice of a guy and someone wants to try to take advantage of me,
Mm,
or whatever it is, right? So some people didn't take me seriously to begin with because they're like, oh, he's not a real business owner, until they find out I've been doing this forever and I have some of the best services and we've done stuff with a bunch of people. Like, holy crap, right? I mean, I think your opinion of me first was like, oh, this guy's not for real. He's fake. There's no way. And then we got to know each other,
yeah.
right? That backfired on me initially, right? Until I decided to get to know you.
So, what do you think is a good first impression for somebody that is an action type? So let's go into some of these
Or
the bank things, right? You got
right.
the again. Let's go over
Well,
them real
let's
quick.
start with blueprint. Let's start with blueprint because that's B,
Yes.
right? So blueprints, they love structure. They want everything in turn. So blueprints, you have a good blueprint and a bad blueprint impression. So if they're having a good day and everything's going right and they're keeping everything in track, you love them because they're helping you out and they're happy. But if something goes wrong and the schedule's not done, then that I'm gonna say there's a B word,
Yes.
right? That might come out. That's not blueprint.
Yes.
And they'll be really anal retentive about, hey, we gotta get back on track, guys. And come on, blah blah blah. Let's get back. Like I would call them that teacher aspect. Let's get back on this.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing this? And they feel stricter, and that could come off negatively if you might call them like a control freak,
Yeah.
right? Those are words that might be used. But a blueprint could also be praised for that. Oh, thank you so much for keeping us on track. We're not a half hour late. I thank you so much for that, right? Could come off either way.
I get that with board meetings that we go into,
Mhm.
and we had a manager who quit about a year ago,
Mhm.
and I helped the new manager on some of those accounts for about this last year. And the last manager would just go off on tangents. And they were like 3 hour meetings where they should be anywhere from an hour and a half to two at the very, very most. And so I was actually finishing a lot of these meetings within an hour.
Mhm.
And it was just one of those things. But even after at the end of the topic, I was asking him, is there any questions? Anything else you want to discuss on this? So I was making them feel like they weren't rushing.
Mhm.
So I think sometimes that's where it comes across with those blueprints as well, and where you need to manage that time frame.
Exactly. I think so. I think here's the other reality. You will always have somebody who will gravitate toward you and like you because they're a good fit for you personality wise, and you will always have detractors who just immediately clash with you. Now if you want to make a good impression, be mindful of who you are and who that other person is, and work on presenting yourself in such a way that has a good impression. Some of this is how you dress. Like, we can go into the psychology of what blueprints wear. Like, they're buttoned up usually. They're You can tell they're rigid by looking at them. Like, we've talked about this. Like, I can actually look at someone and go, oh, they're probably this. And you're like,
Yeah.
how did you do that? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this. It screams X, Y, and Z. And you're looking at going, I don't see that. You're insane. Um, but that's my skill set. Like, that's something
Yes.
I've learned. And you
Just
can
say,
actually over time you can see patterns of how people dress, talk, walk, all that stuff. It just people start reeking, I mean, of their personality in every aspect of their life. It bleeds. So eventually you can read it, and then you just change your approach a little bit to give them that better flavor version of they can handle. Right. So action types are all about, hey, let's go do stuff. Don't tell me how to do it. Just let me do it. Well, blueprint wants to no, no, no. Step one, step two, step three. Action types like there's a mountain, run. Those two can have a lot of problems. First impressions. Well, blueprints, they're smart, will set the A up to do the blueprint so they can help them. You lead them to where you need them to be, and they feel great about it and they feel supported. There's tricks to this. It's called manipulation. It's
yeah.
wonderful. All right, so next one would be action types, right?
Yes.
You've dealt with some action types.
Well, yeah.
So give me your thoughts on action types.
Yeah. But see, yours, well, so we got to step back.
Yeah.
The other one is nurture,
Yeah, that's N.
which is the cotton candy, though, too.
Sure. Yeah.
So that is more of what kind of comes across in you is more of that nurture style.
Yeah.
So,
I hide my A very deep in that
yeah.
sometimes. But when I'm like in work mode, you see my A come out.
Oh, yeah. I can't get away from your questions.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to interview me for how we're going to do marketing. And you're
Yeah.
like, well, no, answer this. Well, then you keep kind of hounding me because we know we're getting to the point of what this is.
Yep.
Yeah. But if I didn't know you had that nurturing side,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to come across wrong on somebody that's more the knowledge and blueprint style.
Oh, yeah. If you're something, it could come off. It could be flavored a little bit differently.
Flavored.
That's how I like that, right?
Well
so,
done.
We like to flavor our personalities with other letters, right? So action types.
Well, the used car salesman to me,
used
come
car
across
salesman,
as action.
They can become slimy, right? Or another great example of this.
Not talking bad about
No,
car salesmen.
any salesperson
they have
can
that
come off slimy.
persona is unfortunate.
Sure.
Okay.
The other,
I don't want them canceling us, or just taking away that dislike button.
Actually, hit the dislike button all you want. We still get those. We still get those numbers ticking up. YouTube doesn't know any difference.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that worked.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah, we love whenever you do anything, good or bad. We'll just be sad.
Touch the buttons.
Touch the buttons. Touch them all. So the other type that's a negative I call them the gym bro type personalities. The super like, hey, yeah, it's me, like super testosterone, like loud, brash. I'm the best. I'm the number one. And maybe you are, but it can definitely come off wrong to the wrong person because being too self-confident, and I've definitely done this before, and even the group was like, holy crap, he just said that. And I'm like, yes, I did. And I'll stand by it. Prove me wrong, bitch. And
see, that's not your personality most of the time. But
not most of the time, but there are times. And that A personality can come off too much, and everyone thinks they're too smug or too full of themselves, right? Too loud, too brash. That's all the thing is. Some people love them because they're full of energy, right? They're like, oh, I get you. You really help me get me going in the morning. You have so much energy, so much life. I just love being around you. Cool. You should drink more coffee. So that's an A. N is nurturers. They love people. They love people. Knowledge types can't stand these people because you're like, don't touch me. Don't hug me. Stand 15 feet over there and stop looking at me. Stop trying to talk to me. You're in my bubble.
Knocking on both of mine tonight. The knowledge and blueprint.
That's who they are. That's the knowledge types. They're lovey-dovey, right? They want to like love everybody and make everyone feel inclusive. And some people just want to be left alone, right? They feel more comfortable when you leave them alone and you need to read that situation.
It's not inaccurate for me.
No, my best friend is a blueprint nurturer, and I'm the A that came into his life and said, come here, you're mine. Oh, excuse me. He's a K blueprint.
Yes.
Knowledge blueprint, not blueprint knowledge. I apologize. He just corrected me. That's how I know he's a knowledge type. So I'm that weirdo that came into his life and was like, gimme, come into my life. I'm adopting you. You're now mine. And he's like, what happened? I was living a normal, perfect life. And then you came along and destroyed it and stopped making me go out everywhere. I don't like it. Stop making me go talk to people. Because I have forced him to do that for his own good, in my opinion. And he hates it. But yeah.
Well, I think I mentioned that I'm in Toastmasters. And if you don't know what that is, it's where you learn to become a better public speaker. And I had to almost do that because of the fact of I don't like to go and talk in front of people. I don't like to do those conversations. In there, we do this thing that's called impromptu speaking, where somebody gives you a topic and you talk for a minute or 2 minutes.
That's so hard.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not for you, but for me, it was extremely difficult, especially when I'm like having to share things about myself. I'm like, I don't want to tell you about me.
Yeah.
That's my secret. Get out of here.
You're in my bubble.
Well, I mean, that's what I think. It took almost 3 months for you to talk me into doing these podcasts. Because again, I'm like, I got to share my feelings on here.
Why would I do that?
I don't want to do that. Yeah. People are going to actually know who I am. That's no fun.
That's no fun. I like to be a man of mystery.
It's it.
So nurturers usually are super friendly people, right? And a lot of times people like that. But sometimes that's too much for people. That's a negative. Or because they're so about everybody else, they come off as fake. So some people don't trust them, immediately not trust them because you're too good or too nice. And like, whoa, something's wrong here. People aren't this nice. What are you trying to sell me? Right? Go away. I don't trust you. Like there's an immediate opposite reaction sometimes if you're too much of a nurturer, or they'll be like, oh, you're the weird hippie of the group.
Yeah.
Okay. There's some trees over there.
Yeah.
Go hug it and stay away from me. And take your weird trail mix with you that only has raisins.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, it is what it is. But those are the things you need to be aware of. K's are favorite people in the room. They're knowledge types. It's usually the smartest people in the room. Uh, the problem is sometimes they are the smartest people in the room and they know it, and everyone else is dumb, and their face isn't saved from that yet, and everyone can tell that they're bored and they hate everybody. They're like, why am I here? You're all dumb. You're not worth my time. That can come across. They can sometimes be unapproachable because they're not maybe as charismatic as everyone else, and they don't they're really smart, but they have no idea how to interact with you because you're so dumb. Like, I don't understand, why are you saying good morning? Is it a good morning? What makes it a good morning? Is it a nice day to is it? Why did you use that? Why did you say it that way? What do you want? Go away. Like, that is what's going on in their head.
You're going like really extreme knowledge though.
That is extreme knowledge. Of course I said nurture is extreme with that.
Yeah.
But all knowledge types aren't that, but that could be. But they're also mostly comfortable not around a lot of people. They like reading. They like being left alone. They like learning. They don't want you wasting their time. And it's not meant to be mean, but if you're not providing them mental stimulation, you're wasting their time.
Again, you're nailing me on that one. Yes, yes.
Right? And so, like, in their mind, you're like, what's the point of this? Are we done yet? And it's not meant to be bad. It's just how they think, right? And so that can come across as potentially arrogant or a know-it-all or just someone who's not friendly or kind of a jerk.
Like I said, my first impression that people get sometimes at BNI, just because I'm like, there's a agenda to stick to. Let's stick to the agenda.
Blueprint. And knowledge is like, well, this is the rules.
But this is the reason why it's this way. Exactly. Yeah, and I know. And
let me explain it to you in 6 paragraphs about why you're wrong. Let me educate
actually, that's where my action does come in, because I just want to get to the damn point of why it is, and then we're done with it.
I like it. But that's the knowledge. But also on the other side of that, people who love knowledge, people who understand the value, will light up and go, ooh, they're smart. Those are smart ones. Let me go get some of that knowledge, because I bet if I ask them a question, they're going to have the answer. I like smart people, right? I surround myself with knowledge types, which is really weird for a nurturer to do, because K's can be some of the hardest people to get to know. But I like them because they're smart, and I like smart people. And I like to get better and really push myself to learn more. And I do that through people. So for me, it's a win. Not everyone can do that.
I think the biggest takeaway from this is
I'm amazing.
Yeah, okay. There's the action coming out right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is we all have first impressions on everybody.
Yeah.
No matter how you dress, no matter what you do, your actions. Mm-hmm. But I think this is where I've loved about learning about these types of personalities, is because I think you need to go into the situation knowing that there are these different personalities. And if you don't know about the personalities, you are just assuming you recognize the knowledge person, but you don't understand that they're a knowledge person. Mm-hmm. And then it comes across wrong.
Yep.
So that's where you need to be, I think, open to different personalities, not read such into first impressions, because you never know what is behind that person and how good of a person they could be.
Yeah. And you can purposely dress a way to combat maybe negative stereotypes of your own personality. A types love flashy stuff. You can purposely dress down, wear mundane colors on purpose, so it just mutes you a little bit. That's an extreme example. Blueprints. You can be a little more relaxed. Take that tie off or loosen it. You immediately go, oh, they're a relaxed version of that person, right? Nurturers, don't wear sandals. Wear real shoes. Like, wear normal clothes. It doesn't all have to be hemp. So things like that could be for nurturer, right? Knowledge type. I love geek stuff, but maybe don't dress that way in a business meeting. Have a little bit, like, you can put the cool anime watch away. Wear a normal watch.
Tell a few more jokes.
No, don't do that ever, because you won't tell the jokes that anyone else will understand. Don't buy a joke book and try to use those, because that won't work either.
It's just ChatGPT's
for. You could try ChatGPT. You could try smiling and asking people how their day was, even though you don't care.
What?
Let's try that. Oh, how was your day?
I'll work on that tomorrow morning.
Try not to like zone out when the person starts answering you. That's going to be the hardest task for those type of people. But you could try that.
Okay.
Or do the geek chic thing, so you like learn what style is, so you can be geeky, but still be in the inside style of style, because there's a whole look you can pull off with that. So
maybe that will be another podcast.
that's
so
all
you
another
can,
podcast.
okay.
We can go into that, and then I will get my man card revoked. It'll be a whole thing. It'll be fun. I think that's it for this discussion, right?
Yeah.
Kind of beat this horse to death. So
yep. Main thing is, don't judge people just by the first impression, because you need to get to know them better.
But know that you probably will get judged by your first impression.
Exactly.
So you should come prepared. So make sure you dress okay.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. Don't try to do it to others. Assume everyone's going to do it to you. Be prepared for that. And know that life goes on, right?
And show us a great impression by hitting that like button.
Yes,
see, I'm getting this down.
I'm so proud. Just for that, not only should they hit the like button, they should reward us with a subscribe button.
There we go.
Look at what you did. That was amazing. And then, of course, they should share it. They should share it, because this was a rare moment. We had a unicorn moment. Share this moment with as many friends, enemies, frenemies, your cat, your dog, your neighbors, the raccoon next door, the mice that are in your bin, whatever it is, as long as they have an account, share with them, because we're trying to get as many people as possible.
Give them an account.
And write an account. Your cat should have its own email. We all know this.
Set them up. It's only you, Alex.
It's only me. That's fine. You don't call me out. I got 2 cats. They're wonderful. I have cats. If you like cats, hit the subscribe button. If you like dogs, I like them too. They're cool. Whatever animal you have, I like animals. If you don't like animals, yay for hunting. Hit that subscribe button. Whatever it is. We'd love to get that view, that subscribe, and that share. And of course, until next time, we are
the average white guys.